I've been asked so many times, how do you respond to criticism? How do you respond to people calling you out on your flaws or on the things you did wrongly? The first thing you should do is know the kind of criticism they're giving to you. There's constructive criticism and there's destructive criticism. When you criticize a person constructively, you are mirroring the person's flaws. You are telling the person, oh, this is what you should improve. This is what you should do to get better. This is what you should do to work on yourself. And let's be honest, life would be very terrible without criticism. And then the other part, destructive criticism, mirrors the other person's insecurities, preference, and opinions, which is really not needed because let's be honest, not every critic deserves an emotional response. Your job is to know the difference. The first thing you should do when you're being criticized is pause. I bet you the pause is the most powerful tool any human being could have. Just pause. Pause and think so you can get the actual response. You can calculate your response. You can have a brilliant reaction to what you're saying. Most people react on impulse and it gets messy, and we do not really want to be in that situation. So you pause, calculate your response. For example, somebody comes to me and says, Quiver, I don't like the way you talk. That's destructive. Okay, let's think of something constructive. Quiver, I noticed your hands were shaking. What happened? That made your presentation really terrible. You should have done better. That's constructive because my hands were actually shaking when I was giving a presentation the other day. So I could just pause and think and say, oh, thank you for observing. I'm still working on the hand gestures thingy. That could work. That could work. I just thought of that right now. That could work. After you pause and think, you think of many other times where you repeated that mistake. How often do my hands shake when I'm on the stage? Very often. So you think, how often do I repeat these mistakes? And if you've done it more than 3 times, then it becomes a pattern. And if it's a pattern, then it's a problem. It actually needs to be worked on. After identifying the pattern, the last thing you do is find a solution to the problem, because it's one thing to identify a problem and it's another to actually proffer solutions to it. You think if it's a stutter, you stutter while speaking, you question yourself, why do I stutter? Is it because I'm nervous? Then you think, what's the root of my nervousness, and deal with it adequately. These are the best ways to respond to criticism. These things are things that I have used and they have worked for me. It helps you stay sane and not give triggers when you are being criticized. As for destructive criticism, please, if you're ever criticized destructively, punch them.